Hey everyone, welcome back to our SQL tutorial series. In this video, we'll talk about SQL data types, an important concept that ensures we store data correctly and efficiently. By the end of this video, you will learn what SQL data types are and why they matter, different types of data in SQL, best practices for choosing the right data type. Let's get started. SQL data types define the kind of data that can be stored in a table column. Helps in storing data efficiently, it prevents incorrect data entry and improves database performance. For example, a phone number should be stored as text, not an integer, because it may contain plus or minus. A price should be stored as decimal instead of an integer to allow decimal values. Choosing the right data type is crucial for database efficiency. Let's see the categories of SQL data types. SQL data types are categorized into three main types. Numeric data types, that is used for numbers, whole numbers and decimal. Examples are int, decimal, float. Second is string, character, which is used for texts and characters, and examples are varchar, text, char. Third is date and time data type, storing dates and timestamps. The examples are date, time, datetime. Numeric data types. This is used for storing numbers, whole number and decimal values. For whole numbers, we have tiny int, small int, big int. So the tiny int, which is of 1 byte, can store age, small counters. Small int, size of 2 bytes, can store IDs or small numbers. Int, which is of 4 bytes, most general use, we can store quantity, student ID, etc. Big int, which is of 8 bytes, we can store the large numbers like population count. So for example, storing an ID in an int column, we can write create statement for employees table. For the employee ID column, I have used the int data type, and for the age, I have used the tiny int. So there are three data type in decimal numbers, that is decimal, float, double. Decimal, it will store for the precise decimal values, example 9.99. Float, it stores the approximate values like scientific calculations. Double will store the high precision decimals for the large financial data. The example of decimal numbers, so here we have the salaries table, and in the salary column we have the decimal, so up to 10 digits and 2 decimal places. So use decimal for money related values to avoid rounding errors. So it is used for storing text and character based data. So here we have three data types. Char, it has the fixed length 255 and can be used for storing country codes, status yes or no. Next is varchar, variable length 1 to 65,535. We can store names, email addresses, etc. Third is text. We can store large text storage like block content, descriptions, etc. So the example of string data types. So here we have the name of varchar 50. That means we can store 50 characters, and email we have varchar of 100, means we can store 100 characters. When to use char versus varchar? Use char for fixed length values, example m, f, yes or no. Use varchar when the length varies, example names, email, addresses, etc. Used for storing dates, times and timestamps. There are four data types in date and time. One is date, so we can store birth dates, deadlines, etc. Time can be used for storing meeting times, etc. Date time will store the full timestamps. Timestamp is like for automatic time tracking. Example for date time data types is, so in this table we have the order date as date time, and it is default to current timestamp. So it will take the current time value. Use timestamp for auto updating time records like last modified time. Use int for IDs instead of varchar because it offers faster indexing. Use decimal for money. Avoid float due to rounding issues. Use varchar for flexible length text, not text unless necessary. Use date instead of varchar for dates. Makes date operations easier. Right data type equal to better performance and storage efficiency. Awesome. Now you understand SQL data types and how to use them correctly. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more SQL tutorials. See you in the next video and happy coding.